Only a fool learns from his own mistakes. The wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Fools learn from experience. I prefer to learn from the experience of others. People never lie so much as before an election, during a war, or after a hunt. When you want to fool the world, tell the truth. Politics is the art of the possible, the attainable, the art of the next best. Never believe anything in politics until it has been officially denied. One day the great European war will come out of some damned foolish thing in the Balkans, 1888. It is the destiny of the weak to be devoured by the strong. Laws are like sausages. It's better not to see them being made. Preventive war is like committing suicide out of fear of death. God has a special providence for fools, drunkards, and the United States of America. Be polite. Write diplomatically. Even in a declaration of war, one observes the rules of politeness. Fools say that they learn by experience. I prefer to profit by others' experience. Man cannot control the current of events. He can only float with them and steer. Anyone who has ever looked into the glazed eyes of a soldier dying on the battlefield will think hard before starting a war. Politics are not a science based on logic. They are the capacity of always choosing at each instant, in constantly changing situations, the least harmful, the most useful. Faust complained about having 2 souls in his breast, but I harbor a whole crowd of them and they quarrel. It is like being in a republic. Hounds follow those who feed them. We live in a wondrous time, in which the strong is weak because of his scruples and the weak grows strong because of his audacity. The main thing is to make history, not to write it. The statesman's task is to hear God's footsteps marching through history, and to try and catch on to his coattails as he marches past. The secret of politics? Make a good treaty with Russia. The great questions of the day will not be settled by means of speeches and majority decisions but by iron and blood. People never lie so much as after a hunt, during a war, or before an election. Politics ruins the character. Politics is not an exact science. Not by speeches and votes of the majority are the great questions of the time decided. That was the error of 1848 and 1849, but by iron and blood. Never believe anything in politics until it has been officially denied. Political judgment is the ability to hear the distant hoofbeats of the horse of history. In order to retain a certain respect for sausages and laws, one must not see them being made. The Balkans aren't worth the life of a single Pomeranian grenadier. An appeal to fear never finds an echo in German hearts. Politics is the art of the possible, The science of the relative. Government is cancerous in head and limbs. Only its belly is sound, and the laws it excretes are the most straightforward shit in the world. Crowned heads. Wealth and privilege may well tremble should ever again the black and red unite. After the split between anarchists and Marxists in 1872. N. Ich durch Reden und Majorit ts Bechel sse werden die Gro en Fragen der Zeit entschiedenen, sondern durch Eisen und Blut.
Politics are not a science based on logic. They are the capacity of always choosing at each instant, in constantly changing situations, the least harmful, the most useful.
Woe to the leader whose arguments at the end of a war are not as plausible as they were at the beginning. You can't destroy the Polish national consciousness or Poles on the battlefield, but if you give them power, they will destroy themselves.